What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Media Goose channel. It is I, the Media Goose, your friend Ryan, and the goose is loose, baby. Ha! And I am here with some sad news today. Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade from the New York Giants. This sucks. Dexter Lawrence, before the 2025 season, I would have, in full confidence, argued about how Dexter Lawrence was the best defensive lineman in the league, especially once Aaron Donald retired. I don't think there was much of a debate. In Aaron Donald's last 2 years in the league, I think there was even a debate about whether Dexter had surpassed him. And then last season happened, and I don't know what to make of last season because there's reports that Dexter was dealing with injuries all year. Shane Bowen, as our defensive coordinator, was not utilizing the talent we had at all. Abdul Carter was barely making an impact. And I feel like Dexter's effort really took a hit. And I can't say that I blame him with how bad that Giants defense was, but the Giants were a bad team, but they were in a lot of games until the end. And when you have a guy not putting in full effort, that's really frustrating. But then it's a matter of if he knows he's not being schemed right, if he knows he's out of position, and if he knows the defense isn't set up for him to succeed, why that kind of explains, in combination with the injuries he was apparently dealing with, why he may have been mentally checked out. And now I believe this trade request is primarily him asking for a contract extension. And the way I would assume this goes is either the Giants extend him or they trade him. Now, I've given you the Giants fan point of view. I love Sexy Dexy. There was a time I would have fully argued that he was the best defensive lineman in football. But now with the logical side of things, he had a half sack last year, not even one full sack. And he's getting closer to 30, if he isn't already 30. How old is Dexter Lawrence? So he's 28. He'll be turning 29 in the season. The thing is, if you trade him, based on what Quinnen Williams got, a first and a second, you should be able to get quite a bit for Dexter Lawrence. At least a first rounder, if not more. So, what does this mean moving forward? I think that the draft should be the first major point of possible resolution. If they don't have a new deal locked up by the draft, I think the Giants should try to move Dexter Lawrence. I feel as though he's said that he won't be attending voluntary camps already. And I don't know that I want that problem heading into the season. Wondering if your best defensive player is going to show up when you're trying to establish a new culture with a new coach. So if this isn't wrapped up by the draft, I would trade him if I were the Giants. Now, in terms of a contract extension, he's 28, turning 29. I'd probably be willing to lock him up for 3 more years, maybe a 4th, but I'd be comfortable with 3, probably willing to go 4. Ultimately, I want Dexter Lawrence back. I know that it might be advantageous to trade him now because the Giants' winning window may not be immediately, whereas somebody else like, I don't know, the Patriots, the Packers, the Bears, these Super Bowl window teams might be willing to give up a late first round pick, if not more. So, as much as I love and respect Dexter Lawrence, he is a great Giant. I don't know if he's going to be here, and I don't know if he should be. I think I might be willing to just take the best offer. Get another first rounder this year, if not next year. I think the way they handle this will show us what they think of their winning window. If they think they're going to be competitive right away and they lock him up, or if they move him to a team with a more immediate championship window. So, guys, what do you think of the Dexter Lawrence trade request? Is this he really wants to leave, or does he just want to get paid? I think that if he wants to get paid, he has no leverage right now. He's coming off the worst season of his career. He's never had 10 sacks in a season. So I can, in one side, talk about how much I love Dexter Lawrence and all that he does. And then also, on the other side, realize he might not be worth a top end of the market contract anymore. We might have already seen his best. So, guys, tell me what you think of this. Should the Giants pay Dexter Lawrence? If so, how long would you pay him for? I don't think it's really going to be argued about how much he'll be paid. He'll be paid like a top 5 defensive tackle. But how long would you be willing to lock him up? For me, it's 2 or 3 years. A 4th year I'd probably do. But that's when you're starting to get close to the upper limit of his value. And I think that other teams with a more immediate championship window might be willing to give up a lot to get Dex. So, let me know what you think down in the comments, Giants fans. It would be really sad to see Sexy Dexy go, but at this point, I'm willing to let anything happen as far as letting this team figure out what's next for them. It's kind of the same way I felt about the Mets letting go of Pete Alonso. Have we won with him? So, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, Giants fans. Also, I am rocking my Tiki Barber jersey. I bought this back in 2006, I think. I'm breaking out all of the vintage jerseys I have now. You'll start seeing more of my Mets ones, too. So, guys, let me know. What do you think is the resolution here? Does Dexter Lawrence get locked up on a long-term deal to be a lifetime Giant? Or are they about to trade him to a championship contender? And if so, what kind of trade package do you think he could get? Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. The Goose is out. Ha!